Hi everyone, today we are looking at our numeric and algebraic expressions and order of operations packet. Please turn to page 15. Today's lesson is on the distributive property. Distributive property. To multiply a sum or difference by a number, multiply each term in the sum or difference by the number outside the parentheses, then simplify. So let's take a look at an example in numbers. So we have 3 times and we have 7 plus 2 inside parentheses. So the distributive property means we're taking that number that's on the outside of parentheses and we are multiplying that by every term that's inside the parentheses. So that would be 3 times 7 is 21 plus 3 times 2 is 6. So 3 times 7 is 21 plus 3 times 2 is 6. And then you would take 21 and you would add 6 to 21 to simplify. Let's take a look at the examples that are on the bottom of page 15. Number 1, we're using the distributive property to simplify each expression. So number 1, we have 7 times a plus 2 inside parentheses. The 7 is on the outside of parentheses, so we take that 7 and we multiply it by every term that's inside the parentheses. So 7 times a is 7a, 7 times a. Bring the addition sign out. And then 7 times 2 is 14. So it should be equal to 7a, or 7 times a, plus 14. Number 2, we have 3 times d minus 11 in parentheses. Since 3 is on the outside of parentheses, we are going to distribute the 3, and that means we're going to multiply 3 times all the terms inside parentheses. So 3 times d, we write it as 3d. Bring the minus sign out. 3 times 11 is 33. So 3 times d minus 33. Number 3, we have 12 times the sum of a plus 2/3 b. You're going to take 12 and multiply it by all the terms inside of the parentheses. So 12 times a is 12a. Bring the addition sign down. And then 12 times 2/3 b. So we would take 12, put it over 1, and multiply it by 2/3. So it's multiplying fractions. So you could do 12 times 2 is 24, over 1 times 3 is 3, and 24 divided by 3 gives you 8. Or you can cross simplify and divide both 3 and 12 by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, 12 divided by 3 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 1 times 1 is 1, and you will still get an answer of 8. And then you multiply 8 times b, so 8b. 12a plus 8 times b. Number 4, we have 7 times 2 plus 6 minus 4 times d inside parentheses. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 4d is 28d. And then, of course, you bring down your addition sign and your subtraction sign. So 14 plus 42 minus 28 times d. Please turn to page 16. I would like for you to pause the video and work on numbers 8 and 9, and then play back the video when you are done solving. Number 8, use the distributive property to simplify the expression. 3 times x is 3x, or 3 times x. Bring the addition sign down. 3 times 10 is 30. So 3x plus 30. Number 9, 15 times 4n is 60n, bring down the subtraction sign, and 15 times 2 is 30. So 60n minus 30.